James 3, 3 through 5, which says, we can make a large horse go wherever we want by means of a small bit in its mouth, and a small rudder makes a huge ship turn wherever the pilot chooses to go, even though the winds are strong. In the same way, the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches, but a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire. I want to read more of this though, um, because this is a very powerful verse in the Bible, actually. And among all the parts of the body, the tongue is a flame of fire. It is a whole world of wickedness, corrupting your entire body. It can set your whole life on fire, for it is set on fire by hell itself. People can tame all kinds of animals, birds, reptiles, and fish, but no one can tame the tongue. It is restless and evil, full of deadly poison. Sometimes it praises our Lord and Father, and sometimes it curses those who have been made in the image of God. And so blessing and cursing come pouring out of the same mouth. Surely, my brothers and sisters, this is not right. Does a spring of water bubble out with both fresh water and bitter water? Does a fig tree produce olives or a grapevine produce figs? No. And you can't draw fresh water from a salty spring. So that is a that's a very powerful verse. Um, it teaches us about this little mouth of ours. And what's so funny about it is that the author sort of alludes to the fact that this is a sort of a flaw that all of us possess, you know, that this same tongue of ours is so dangerous, is so flawed that the only way to control it is by our relationship with God. But most importantly, like our relationship with God has to become such a strong part of us and engulfed in our lives, and we have to live in our truth, and we have to literally be super strong because of how powerful and how evil the tongue is. You know, he says it's the same with the same tongue that you bless God, you curse people. And it's so funny because in church yesterday, we have this youth pastor named Danaj. And every time he preaches, I just love his sermons. You know what I mean? Like I feel that I connect a lot with him in his delivery. And yesterday his sermon was on intimacy with Christ. And he was speaking about how um we have to have this intimate relationship with God. You know what I mean? Because the relationship with God is very intimate. You know what I mean? He loves us. He wants us to be with him and to give him praise and honor and glory, and he comforts us. And but it's a level of intimacy within this relationship with God. But the thing about it is that we have to we can't be intimate with God, right? And then the moment we turn our back from him, or we turn around and we treat people differently, or with the same mouth that we bless God with, we turn around and curse somebody else with, you know? And it was just sort of a very interesting sermon, and it sort of relates back to exactly what he was saying, yeah. Um, it sort of relates right back to what the author was saying. Yeah, the author was trying to tell us, that you have to be careful of your tongue. Your tongue could sort of ruin this relationship with God. Be careful of your words. Be mindful of what you say to persons. Be mindful of what you use this voice that God has blessed you with to do. You know what I mean? So anyway, everyone, I won't take any much more time. I sort of up and running, but I got a really busy day. So I'm Carrie, and I relinquish my mic.